I think this has happened to everybody at least once, if not multiple times. You know, when you're like kind of thinking of something, or you just start noticing it like everywhere and it keeps popping up. You're like, wait a second, I just saw somebody else talking about this and now I'm watching a video on it. And now this, for me, recently, it's been the idea of meditation. Now, I'm not ready. I'm not there yet. But I think there is an art to doing nothing. And recently, I've been trying to tap into that a bit. I'm not sure if putting on my glasses will give a glare. Wait. Oh my God. You watch my tea for me, and I'll be right back. My grandma gave me tea for Christmas, which is funny because we both lived in Florida at the same time. And I spent a lot of time with her, like several Thanksgivings where it was just the two of us. I would go up and stay with her over the weekends and things like that. And she knows I don't drink tea. And her being her, she hates throwing things away. So I have a feeling that she either bought this tea or was given this tea and gave it to me instead. Because I am not a tea person. Speaking of this tea that my grandma gave me, she also gave me a book called The Joy Diet. And I'm not much of a reader. I used to be as a kid, not so much anymore. Mostly because I get really into it. I get really into books and I'll neglect all the other things. But I've been trying to read more. Part of my doing nothing thing. Not that reading is doing nothing, but going a bit slow. Not focusing on all the thoughts that are like constantly going through your head. So I started reading the book. Step number 1 to having a more joy-filled, intentful life was nothing. And I had been like randomly coming about the idea of meditation and what it really means. And then I pick up this book, first book I'm reading in a while, and nothing. She says that you should sit for 15 minutes a day and think of nothing. And to me, I was like, that's basically meditation in a way. Recently, I've also found myself kind of like reverting back to an adult version of what I was and who I was and what I did when I was younger. In college, I started this practice of on Sundays, I would do whatever I wanted to do. Growing up, I went to church, and jokingly, but not so jokingly, I would say that Sundays are the Lord's day. They're the Sabbath. Like, they're the day for rest, and that's exactly what I use my Sundays for. My 2 rules for Sundays are that, 1, there are no rules. I can do whatever I want. And 2, whatever I do, I have to want to do it. If I don't want to do it, if I don't enjoy doing it, I'm just not going to do it. It was like flipping a switch. There were some Sundays where I would sit down and I would just do my schoolwork. Like I would write an essay, I would do my homework, I would work on a project. But I was telling myself that I was doing it because I wanted to. And I think for me personally, I can't say that every day, like I want to study for this test, because I don't want to do that all the time. Maybe wake up, I was in Miami, drive down to the beach. Yeah, crazy. I used to be able to drive to the beach. What am I doing with my life? I miss it so much. I'm done. Anyways, but Sundays were great, and that's what I would do. I had a Sunday recently that was just magical. There's no other way to describe it. I went for a run. The minute I start running, within the first, no kidding, the first 60 seconds, I'll get a ton of new ideas or ways of thinking of something. I'll just immediately feel better. And then when I'm done, I feel just this sense of calm, but also excitement. It's crazy. It's great. I'm so proud of myself. I really am. And I'm not afraid to say it. 5 miles was a short run. And that sounds absolutely ridiculous to say, but that's kind of how it was. And when I would run those long distances, what I found was that the first 2 miles were almost my warm-up. And by the third mile, I would finally start feeling ready and in the run. That's why 5 miles really wasn't that long of a run for me mentally, because the first 2.5, 3 miles were not. You can see my miles per month, and this is December, and it's going to be the highest month. So it wasn't until October, like when I could really finally start running like a mile and not stop and be able to run a mile. And even then, like, I would say that really happened in November. Like, it's been such a long time. So it really wasn't until here in December that I really started to feel like my old self again, because if my body personally doesn't feel like warmed up and ready until the 3rd mile, but I can't even make it past the first 2, then like it's just been a struggle to feel comfortable and to like enjoy running. But anyways, yeah, so that was good. I'm proud of myself. And then we're gonna go home, eat dinner, finish that painting. It's only 4 o'clock, so. But the sun is gonna set in like 50 minutes, so I have to be home or else I'll turn into a pumpkin. As a former athlete, not a professional, not like D1 or anything, but as a former athlete, I found it very difficult mentally to get back into sports, which I think is kind of ironic, because to participate in sports at a competitive level, you have to have some sort of mental toughness, you know, like waking up early, pushing through workouts. It's been hard because that muscle of pushing through things when it gets hard has weakened as well as my physical ones. And so getting that back up and running has been incredibly difficult. I don't have anything that I'm like why am I staying in shape? It was always getting in shape for the season, or getting in shape to make the team, or like or make the position, or to run faster and be better. And like now there isn't any of that. It's just me. So I've been working at it slowly but surely. You know, a lot of people have like, oh, my mom used to make like this great mac and cheese, or she used to make this one dish or whatever. The one thing that my mom made when I was younger that I enjoyed and still enjoy to this day is this green juice. And I was waking up early to go train before school, and so she would pack like the green juice and these little like egg and cheese burritos, and that's what I would have for breakfast like almost every morning, all of my junior and senior year, definitely senior year. So recently on Sundays, for the past 3 Sundays, this time it was Monday, I think that's important, and I'm working on taking my days in general just a lot slower. Like, I don't have to constantly be doing things all the time, and I'm one of those people that normally constantly has my headphones on. I had someone send me a message. They're like, I really love seeing all your videos, and like I love when you pop up on my For You page with your rose gold beats. And I was like, oh my God, like, and I wouldn't say I'm any less productive. I don't know what that word means for me, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying taking my time. I never drink tea, and here I am sitting here looking out the window, drinking tea that my grandma gave me, talking about a book. Who am I? So I'm not really ready to start meditating quite yet, but I find that for me, going cold turkey, like you set a goal, like I really want to eat clean, I really want to exercise more, I really want to drink less, I really want to start meditating, I want to start doing like whatever. For me, like it's slow, like it's a slow build. Like the past 3 weeks, I've been drinking juice. Fresh pressed, baby, fresh pressed. That was a story, okay, because I was so pumped. I was having such a good day that day, and I got home and I was like, I'm going to use my cheesecloth. Couldn't find it anywhere. Couldn't find it. I was like, well, now I can't make my juice. My mom had given me these reusable produce bags, and I was like looking at it, and I was like, this looks like a pretty fine mesh if I do say so myself, and lo and behold, works like a charm. My point is, I've been trying to eat a little bit better and healthier since July. Finally, we're at the juice level. We reached the peak. I've never really had vegan hot dogs before. When I was like really vegan, I just didn't trust it. So things have gotten better since then. These are not, they smell good, but they do not. Normal hot dogs don't have an edge. They don't have corners. He gets really embarrassed, especially at night. Wait till he's done. You see him? He's cleaning up. There he goes. Every time. As an artist as well, and as someone who's self-employed, works from home, all that stuff, like I have found that incorporating little things like going for runs outside my house, being outside physically, taking care of myself, setting aside time to cook and to eat without my phone, like it just makes me feel better. I don't know if my brain's any clearer. I don't know if I'm any better off than I was, but I feel pretty good. Like I feel great. And the funny thing about feeling the way I feel now, I feel like the way I used to feel before I could go out and get Taco Bell at 2 a.m. or, drink whenever I wanted, however much I wanted, and stay up however late I wanted. Like I was on a schedule, I was going to school, I was being fed food that was good for me. And now I can feel how good it is. And I don't want to go back to where I used to be, because that was not fun. I like where I am now. I like cooking. I like to cook. I don't know if I'm very good at it, but it's fun. You just throw stuff in there and hope it tastes good. That's pretty fun. It's like a grown-up science experiment kit, but you get to eat the test results. This is the advice I would give to myself in July. If you're not feeling great and you want to change things about yourself, just do one little thing every day. I feel like we've said that, people hear that all the time, but there's some truth to things you hear all the time. The idea of meditation, the idea of breathing, really breathing, the idea of doing nothing, just sitting for a few minutes every day and just letting yourself be, there's something to it. I'm just going to say that and leave it at that, because, it's not like a check off the box. It's something you strive for, I think. It's something to constantly try for, instead of beating yourself up if you don't do it, Find a Sunday in your week where you just do what you want to do. Let me know how it goes. I'm an artist. I do art as well. It's pretty fun sometimes, so subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I have a few things up my sleeve, a few things I'm cooking up in the pot. You'll see. It's a secret. You know what? To be honest with you all, I wouldn't mind drinking some more tea. This is nice. I see Grandma was onto something. Not me changing my whole perspective on tea in 20 minutes. The sun is setting on our time together today.